What's up? It's the slimmiest of the slimmiest Slim Reefer. We're slapping with Slim. Let's go.
Shawty got a nice body, yeah, she a hottie. She might smoke a little weed, but don't pop Molly. Say she a good girl, but she naughty. When she moving that cash, she might need a dollar. She be throwing that ass, titty sitting like dollars. She can be my queen, she too godly.
We ready? Yo, what's up? It's another episode of Slapping with your girl Slim. Slapping with Slim per usual. It's me, Slim Reefer. Low down Loretta Brown, whatever you know me as. Y'all, first off, I would like to say thank you so much for so much overwhelming support on my last episode. That's why I had to get my butt back in here and do what needed to be done. So I won't take too long. I was out in the mall today. Shout out to the people who still like physical shop. Like I can see why people still like go and physically shop. There is a thrill to it, especially when the stores have stuff. Usually I'm a fast fashion person, like Shein, Fashion Nova, whatever, because I'm cheap. And I like stuff to get here quick, and I might not even wear it more than once anyway. Not for the reasons that y'all say though. It's not because the clothes be turned up. The clothes that I get from Shein and Fashion Nova, they do not be turned up. As a matter of fact, some of the best pair of jeans I've ever had came from Fashion Nova. But I will say, first and foremost, best jeans come from American Eagle. I went to American Eagle not too long ago and I bought me some jeans, y'all. I still got jeans from American Eagle that I could fit from high school. Like, American Eagle is quality in jeans. But Fashion Nova, too. I got some stuff for Fashion Nova that I got in college, and I could still wear some of those jeans. So going into the mall though was just such a thrill, and it's like, yeah, touching the fabrics and stuff, but really seeing the stuff, like all of the things. I did enjoy going to the mall, and I'm not a mall person, so shout out to the spirit of Christmas. Real talk. That was just very. Oh, speaking of such, today's drip. I know y'all looking. This is bear back hat. Got this straight off of a bear. Killed it with my own hands. Choked him, took him by the neck. I was so mad that day. My chick didn't eat on time. Took him by the neck. Skinned him. Scalp back off. Put it on the hat. Farrah. TikTok. TikTok be having some really nice stuff, y'all. I said that, but I really don't know where this hat came from. This girl, I don't know if I should say that, but she really liked my hat, and I really appreciated it. But like, she really like scared me. Like, I want y'all to know, like, people can tell when y'all are on drugs. You know what I mean? Like, people can tell when you are on drugs. And I don't know if y'all don't know, and maybe because you get in that mindset of doing the drugs that you so used to it that you don't think other people know. But like, she scared me. It was this white chick, and she was like, "Where'd you get your hide?" I was like, "I don't remember." Like, I was trying to think, and I told her, I was like, "I got my coat from TikTok," but she was like, "Yeah, but no, where'd you get your hide?" She was like, "It would really look good with my coat," and it's so fun. Now, that's what got me going. Now, wait a minute, bitch. What you mean it'll really look good with your coat? It looks better with my coat, and that's why I have it on, and you don't, and you're asking about it. But you know, I try not to get like that sometimes, because some people just be triggering me, but like, what do you mean by that? It'll look so good with my coat. Granted, her coat was Farrah, but it wasn't this. Okay, so for me, that kind of was just like, but either which way, that was at the mall. And again, that's why I like going to the mall now, because it's like you can really interact with people and stuff. Like, going to the mall around Christmas time, even though I can't say it'll never be like it was when I was a kid, but you know, like, for kids, it is like that for them when they're kids. Like, you know how we grow up and say, it's like, oh, it's not like how it was when we were kids. But for kids, it is still like that for them, because it's still their first time doing stuff. So it's still that, like, going past the perfume counters and people offering you the little samples and stuff. When I was a kid, I used to love that. I used to feel so adult-like. I used to, like, rub the samples on my neck, and I wanted to, like, smell so good. So, like, seeing that, it was still very fun to be able to, like, dip into that memory, even if I can't recreate it, but to still have that nostalgia in my gut and just be like, oh, wow, that's so cool. So go to the mall around Christmas time. If you feel like it's not Christmas time, maybe because it's like you're not making it, like Christmas time? You know what I mean? Are you listening to Christmas music? Are you watching Christmas movies? Are you indulging in Christmas things? Are you cooking those dishes that you remember that you used to like around Christmas time? Like everything, when you become an adult, everything is literally, your memories are what you create. You know what I mean? It's no one creating it for you anymore. No one's planning your birthdays for you anymore. You're not waking up like you used to with your room decorated or whatever. You know, you're not going to school and everyone cares. It's not like that. So if you're not getting the memories and the nostalgia that you want as an adult, you're not doing your job to create it. Because right now, it feels like Christmas AF to me. Like, look at me. I'm currently in the States right now. That's why I'm dressed like this. I say that because I won't always be in the States when I'm shooting my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going ahead and letting y'all know right now I'm in the States. But it won't always be this way. So currently in the States, living and having a wonderful time. But it was some things that I gathered and I just wanted to talk about just from like watching TV and stuff. I'm not a huge TV watcher, you guys, but right now, what are y'all watching? I'm going crazy on Pluribus, on Apple TV. Oh my God, Dairy. Oh my God, that show go crazy, y'all. If y'all like this show, let's talk about it. But love that show. But you know, on the commercial breaks and things, you know, let me disclaimer and caveat. I am not racist, but why am I always seeing all of these blended ass families in these shows and in the commercials? I'm tired of it. I mean, not trying to be rude. Beautiful, beautiful families and things, but why everything have to be white and black, or you know what I'm saying? Like where are the nuclear families at? It's okay for a white person to be with a white person. Everything gotta be different now. Even with the gay stuff, you gotta have every gay couple. Listen, like I said, I'm not racist or biased, but you know what? Just because I like my chicken traditionally fried doesn't mean I'm weird for not wanting boiled chicken. You know what I'm saying? If traditional fried chicken has been the number one bestseller, the number one liked, the number one most requested, just because a wave of people come over now requesting boiled chicken doesn't make the fried chicken any less requested or delicious. You know what I'm saying? It's still the standard. Just because you want to throw in the boiled chicken doesn't make the fried chicken not the standard no more. It's still the number one best selling. So you can highlight that the boiled chicken and say, oh, the boiled chicken is all the newest rave. But the sales are still indicative of the fried chicken being the number one requested. And that's what I'm kind of comparing my disdain for interracial couples and gay couples and everything that I see. I like to see nuclear families, not just nuclear black families, white families, Asians, Hispanics, populate. I love to see that, but I just hate to see how they push it in our face so badly. And I would even go so far to say, for black people, I feel like it's our duty to marry black and procreate black, because studies show that black adults are the lowest married demographic. So the highest rate, they say, are Asian adults, around 63%. That was in 2019. We are at 2025. I'm just letting y'all know. Middle would be white women, 57%. Lower would be Hispanic people. Lower Hispanic is the people, is 48%. That's a little less than half. For black adults, it was 33% in 2019. That's way less than half. And you know why? It's our duty to marry each other so we can boost those stats and boost the black families. The black families. UNITY. Where is it? We need the black families. And that's what I'm saying. I'm tired. I'm not, again, no shade, but I'm tired of seeing talking about that interracial shit. Let's talk about that coach from Michigan. Suck it hard. I'm so tired of you guys losing opportunities for your flesh. You know what? I'm so disgusted with that guy's story. Oh my gosh, he's kind of he worse than Summer Walker to me. A person who cannot control their flesh is no better than a rabid fucking animal or a dog. You know what I mean? I look at you as less than, I would say I look at you less than a dog, because when I see those little commercials with those little hungry, starving dogs, I feel compassion. When I saw that black brother crashing out because he could keep his wang wang in his pants, I felt no compassion. Let me look up that brother name real quick, because that brother going on, he going on my asshole wall. What is that brother name? Sharon Moore. Sharon full of shit Moore. You know what? Michigan is really good from what I hear on the streets. And y'all know I keep my ears to the streets. The people told me Michigan is a really good team. That's like a very known sports organization amongst like the colleges and respected amongst the world. And that black brother at 39 years old blew it for his family, his future generations to come. He embarrassed himself. He threw it all away. And, you know, all over the lack of being able to control his flesh, and for a white woman. In which that's not far-fetched for him, because he is actually married to a white woman. His children are mixed, but y'all know how that goes. I feel like if the father is black, that's what you predominantly are, which is why I don't understand why people be, you know, Lotto or whatever, you know, or was once getting on Lotto. Shout out to Lotto. I like her and that little verse she just did with 21 Savage. Just fucking on the British nigga. Hey, if y'all didn't know before, y'all know now. I like that. And y'all know what? I feel like y'all attacked Lotto for a long time because y'all was hating on her. She's a cute girl. Cute girls always get... So, you know what I'm saying? Even if you be like, yeah, I'm the baddest bitch. If you know you're a pretty girl and you be like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch. I'm like, you're not that bad of a bitch. You're not. I'm like, bitch, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody. There's always one. Wherever there's one hater, know that there's at least 5 haters. You know what I'm saying? There's always one. So shout out to Lotto. I like that little verse that she did. You know what I'm saying? She redeemed herself from the big mama, no kids. You know what I'm saying? That was a cute little, that first part, but the rest, you know, she redeemed herself. I like that. But back to what I was saying, he stripped his black children of future black wealth from just making a silly decision like this and not keeping it in his pants. So if y'all don't know, the man was the head coach of Michigan. He was making like a guarantee like $5 to $6 million a year, but there was like a $30 million deal in the works. And he had a young white executive assistant. While under his tenureship, she went from like $50,000 to $90,000. I think he ended up firing her, and people knew about their relationship. He ended up firing her. She retaliated, provided all the evidence to who it needed to be provided to. I heard that her father is like the executive recruiter for the Chargers, I believe. Something like that. I could be wrong. But either which way, he did that and sat up there and went to that woman's house and forced his way in, and I'm going to kill myself and I'm going to kill you. Yeah. You blew it. And so, yeah, now that fool somewhere getting sentenced for this bull mess he done did. You know, want to hang his head, want to kill yourself. You didn't want to kill yourself when you was digging in that white woman. And if y'all watching It Dairy 2 again, white woman. What was that brother name? Ronnie, the girl Ronnie daddy. He don't give a fuck about Ronnie. Ronnie out there looking for him, crawling through the gristles in the woods and shit. And he out here fraternizing with Ingrid, her crazy ass. So no, that white cat gets you tied up every time, brothers. And I can't feel bad for you. I can't show remorse. You know, that brother Sharon Moore, you right where you need to be, brother. And you need to get you some mental evaluation, just like Shannon Sharp. All these brothers lose their mind over some cat as if they've never had cat before, as if it's the first cat that it ever had, and it just so happened to be white. They go after this stuff, so I can't really feel bad for them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hang your head in shame, brothers, real talk. And you know what? Even if one of them ever wanted to come for me, you could never come for me, bitch, because I wasn't married. I mean, Shannon Sharp, he was dumb as hell. But, I mean, I can say at least he wasn't married. But that Sharon Moore, you will suffer, brother. You will pay for what you did. I don't think people really believe in marriage like they should. I don't think people realize it's a covenant. You could burn in hell for that. you breaking multiple covenants and sins and stuff, you will burn. You will burn and you will pay. And in the Bible, it said that the children pays for the father's sins. Your children will pay for what you did. You stripped them from black wealth. Hang your head, brother. Hang your head. If you see this, brother, do not contact me. Contact a local therapist and get you some help. If you can't control your flesh, because you know what they do to rabid dogs in the street when a dog get rabies, it ain't no saving it. You put it down. It ain't no saving somebody who can't control their flesh. You do not get opportunities. You do not get blessed if you cannot, at the bare minimum, control your flesh. That's the number one key of leadership. If you want to be a leader as a woman or a man, if you cannot control your flesh and expect to be able to lead others, again, you need to get up with that brother Sharon Moore and seek local counseling, because you're wrong. Next thing I wanted to talk about, speaking of black families and being sabotaged. I've been seeing a lot of the girlies saying like living with a man is so performative that they don't even want to do it. And I get it. I'm kind of like double-sided on it with the living with a man, because I saw this girl on TikTok say shit. She just want to be ugly as hell in peace. That girl said shit. I threw an orange peel on the ground the other day and didn't pick it up. Hey, the girl said, I woke up this morning and didn't even brush my teeth. I just laid in bed. Hey, I feel that. Like, a bitch want to chill. Some days it's just one of them days that a girl goes through, and I'm heavy inside. Shout out to that girl, Monica. Listen, it be like that sometimes. I feel that, especially if you go to work, food. You come home, you may just lay in the same clothes for a couple hours, and it don't feel trifling or sound trifling while you doing it. But when you say it out loud, it's like, damn. But it really ain't nothing. Like, you do wash your ass, but you might not be as quick to wash it when you by yourself. Like, I just want to relax. Shit, I just want to relax. I want to scroll. Leave me alone. But living with a man, I feel like it kind of keep you on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go from wearing, different sets to you might start looking at nice loungewear sets around the house now, because now you want to look sexy for your man. I tell you, I stopped wearing wigs a little bit ago, and it was because I was seeing my dude so much. Like, we was spending the night at each other's house and shit so much. I didn't want to look like a nigga. I didn't want to look like my daddy every night. You know what I'm saying? You seeing me during the day, I'm looking beautiful. Take my wig off at night. I stopped wearing wigs because I want to be beautiful all the time. And that may not be realistic, but I feel more beautiful with rollers in my head. They do photo shoots with the rollers in your head. You looking cute versus scalp off. You know what I'm saying? Ball cap. We both in this bitch looking like Trick Daddy. I ain't really trying to go for that. I want to be free as I can be. And that's why now I do either my natural hair, or I love a nasty pony, baby. And I mean nasty. I'm talking about like Two could play that game, Gabrielle Union nasty, classy. Down the back, that's such a clean look, ladies. Such a clean girl look. Love it. That's low maintenance. And I know like some of the girls are complaining because why are the fucking ponytails $100+ and you know that shit only gonna last a week, maybe a week and a half. Especially if you work out. Reevaluate yourself, stylist. I don't really like that. But a ponytail should be no more than $65. You ain't doing that much. You've been playing hair since school. You know how to do a quick, cool little ponytail. But I feel like that's a cute little go-to for low maintenance and, things like that. I feel like if you feel like you got to be performative to live with a man, he not the man for you. Because I feel like everybody going to make you want to do better. You should want to do better. You know what I'm saying? If you go on long periods without washing your ass, you should want to wash your ass faster. Like, you know what I'm saying? That should make you... Because I feel like living with a man, he should want to be better too. Like, you should not be wanting to walk around... If you used to walk around with holes in your drawers and stuff, you shouldn't be want to do that no more with no girl around. That's embarrassing. You shouldn't want to do that. So if that makes you feel like that's performative, maybe living with someone is not for you at all, because I can see it. But like, if you feel like, I got to live with this man, I got to have sex, I got to cook, I got to like, if you feel like it's a chore, when it becomes a chore, then yes, that does take the fun out of it. But I do feel like realistically speaking, that comes from a bit of individualistic mindset and a little bit of selfishness, because it's nowhere that you could possibly go and not contribute. And the whole argument that even women have now is, like, some women say they would rather stay home and cook and clean and not work, or some women would rather go to work. I do feel like if you're two adults dating, an adult male understands that there's still more to being in a relationship if you're going to live together than just paying the bills, especially if he don't pay all the bills. Hell, you're going to have to do something. If she still got to work, you're going to have to do something. If you don't pay all the bills, you're going to have to do something. So I just feel like it can be performative, and that's why I feel like women should live alone until they're ready. I encourage all women, whenever you jump off that front porch, whether you leave your mom's house, whether you leave college, whatever you do, once you should never jump straight into living with no man. Period, point blank. And I feel the same way for men too. You have to know how to manage yourself and a household before you think about combining a household. And even as a woman, you do have those days like what we were just talking about, that you may not feel like doing anything. You may slowly be wanting to get your apartment together, get your furniture together. You doing this by yourself, money low. You may can't go get that brand new couch. You guys, when I got my first apartment, I think it was like 800 some square feet. It was like 850 square feet. It was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Rent was like $525 a month. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. When I was like furnishing my apartment, I think I was working in like the geography and geology department, or I may have been working at Sam's Club at the time. I think I was working at Sam's. Bro, do you know how long it took me to furnish that apartment? When I first got that apartment, I had nothing but the apartment. And I went to the local Goodwill, and I still have this crock pot to this day. I cook in this crock pot, love this crock pot. Went to the local Goodwill. I got me a crock pot, man. I got me a bomb-ass TV stand. I got me a table. I got all kinds of stuff from there. My dad had to give me money for a bed, so I didn't even have a bed for a little bit. I had a futon that I had bought from Wayfair. I had a futon couch that I bought from Wayfair. But guess what? I was in my own shit. It was mine. Whenever I came home from a long day or didn't want to talk or had a breakdown, or I could go to my own shit. And I feel like every adult needs that to grow and to really know who they are, to know how you deal with your emotions when it is hard, or how do you deal with life when you are finna be late on your light bill. How do you gonna handle stuff? You have to have a proven track history. I feel like you should treat moving in with your spouse like a job interview. You need a proven track history. I need to see your results, your projects. What have you done in your own house? You know what I'm saying? Everybody may had a late bill, or I just feel like living by yourself, it's going to naturally present its own discrepancies and obstacles for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a flood, or maybe something happens, a fire, or maybe you're late on the bill. Something is going to happen when you get to moving and living on your own that is out of your control. And you have to show a proven track history of being able to deal with those things. And you should definitely treat it like that before you just move in with somebody. They've never had their own stuff. They don't know how they gonna handle a late bill. They may punch you in your fucking head because they don't know how they finna handle this late bill. May punch you so hard in your chest that your shoulders touch because they don't know how they finna handle this. They are not a good person who can handle stress. You need to be evaluating that. You need to look at that. Also, being sick in peace. You don't want to be around someone and you can't be in your most vulnerable state with them. You don't know what will happen to you. You want to be with someone who can help you, take care of you. This has to be intentional for you. You don't want to be down bad in your lowest state, looking sickly and homely and disgusted, and there's somebody there taking pictures of you or talking about you, or, you know what I'm saying? You fucked up. You might have those instances where your drawers may be fucked up because you sick. You may be sitting in your own funk for a day or 2 days, whatever the case may be. You need somebody who's going to take pride in taking care of you, even at your lowest state. These are things you should look at. And this is why I say it takes a while to find this. So you should be maintaining and thriving and able to take care of, put a roof over your own head until that comes. That way you're not just jumping in and moving with somebody out of desperation. Because living with your partner should not be performative. However, love is an action word. It's not just a word. You do have to show that you love somebody. So yeah, that is going to be doing things that you don't always fucking feel like doing. That's when anybody, if you got fucking kids, you got a man, you got a woman, you got a pet. It's cold as hell right now. Shout out to my dog Ace, but do you think I feel like walking his big fat ass 3 times a day, especially in the morning, late at night when it's the coldest? No. But I love him. And I'm never going to not do it. I take pride in it. I would feel like shit if I know I didn't take my dog out and he had to hold his piss or sit in his poop. I take pride in doing it because at the end of the day, I love him. I love him. That's just like even with your parents. Everything that our parents ask us to do, do I feel like doing everything my mom asked me to do? Fuck no. But I take pride. I got to do it. I take pride to do it because I want her to be able to say she can depend on me. All relationships, I don't care if they're platonic, romantic, it takes action. If performative is what you consider that, then you may not ever find what you feel like you deserve. And again, the market dictates what you deserve. Period, point blank. You can say you deserve this, you deserve that, but the market dictates what you deserve or what you're going to get. So you could place the value that you would like on yourself, but again, the market is going to dictate what you're actually going to get. And if you feel like cooking as a woman is performative, sister girl, I got news for you. Or cleaning, or whatever your role in the house is, whether that be uplifting your man on a daily basis. Because if you say, oh, I don't got to cook and clean, well then, baby, you gonna have to do something. That man probably got deeper problems. If cooking and cleaning don't satisfy a nigga and throwing it back when you need to, if that don't satisfy a nigga, you got to do way, 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 way more. He got way, 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 way more problems than I'm willing to take on. So it could be a flex that I have to cook and clean, but that may mean, it's some deeper stuff going on that you're going to have to do. Maybe you manage his books or something. I feel like that's a job too. But you know what I'm saying? Being an asset in any situation is going to be ideal, whether that be a business relationship, whether that be a friendship, whether that be a relationship. You always want to be an asset and not a liability. And I feel like when you are an asset, that does come with doing things you don't always want to do because you are the best. You know what I'm saying? You're a benefit. So, I don't know. But I do believe women should live on their own until you find a equal asset. Hey, and Memphis is on the map. Shout out to that boy Pooh Shiesty. Boy, that boy turn. Hey, as a fellow Memphian, don't nothing make me prouder than to see them boys shining like that. Real talk. I'm trying to find some that I saw. Oh, yeah. I don't know how true this is, but according to Spiritual World on Instagram, Pooh Shiesty's first day out is currently the most streamed song in the world, even topping Mariah Carey during the holiday season. Hey, shout out Pooh Shiesty. I love to see that growth. I love to see that black man maturing. I don't know what I'm seeing on him and YB going back and forth is true, but man, I hope not, man. I hope Pooh Shiesty is above that shit. He was out. You was breathing free air again. The hoes is on you. They say they like the beard. They hear that you done matured. Hey, Shiesty, go, Shiesty, go. Go, Shiesty, go. Team Shiesty, Team Memphis. Team Memphis. Shout out to the whole team. Always. Ear to ear. Ear to ear smiles for all y'all. Real talk. And then, last but not least, I know everybody at this point that's seen the Diddy documentary. If you haven't, you lame. You need to tap in. You need to stay on top of your current events. But look, they trying to come for 50 Cent now. Listen, this is a prime example. The Marlon Wayans man said, he feels like people just kicking Diddy Woody down and stuff. If you don't agree with something, don't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with it, don't speak on it. I just think that now people are trying to say, well, 50 Cent is not perfect or whatever. He punched his baby mama or he kicked her in the stomach or whatever. A lot of y'all that got punched in y'all head before for less. For a nigga that's not even your baby daddy. A lot of y'all that got pants put on y'all. I'm not saying to make it right, but I'm just saying, y'all know how that baby mama, baby daddy shit go. It's ghetto. Okay, speak on that. I'm not saying that 50 Cent is just great, but he's better than a lot of y'all as far as his integrity and his loyalty. Any man that is a man to me, a man who stand on his word and I feel like 50 don't lack integrity. I fuck with 50. I feel like that's a stand-up dude. That's a stand-up guy. if you're looking for anybody that hasn't done anything, then you need to only look for Jesus. The only person you can look to is Jesus if you're looking for any human being or any person. Or you can't find a person because Jesus is an entity. So yeah, there's no person alive that you can look to that is without flaw. But if we're comparing flaws, yeah, we could compare flaws. I don't even want to get into that because I like to go OD on that. But y'all compare things that are clearly listed in the Bible by different verbiage, and the verbiage that corresponds to the sin is sometimes stronger than other verbiage, and it has stronger nuances. Like when you say abomination, like that sounds way worse than if you just say a regular sin. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. But 50 Cent, shout out to 50 Cent too. The documentary that Diddy on Diddy was so good, you guys, so informative. And from a film lover's perspective, I felt like the film wasn't biased because it did not just have people that he didn't like or didn't like him in the film. Very informative. Y'all think Diddy gonna get some more time after the Keefe D trial? Let me know. I know Keefe D goes on trial next year, so let me know. I don't know. I think it's gonna be very interesting how it plays out. It's not like the biggest thing on my radar, but I think it'll be a nice little kiki kick and giggle for me to see. I know these are actually people's real lives, but it's not my fucking life because I don't hang around pedophiles and rapists and molesters and things of that nature. So it's for me to laugh at. And yes, people do laugh at you when they're not in that current situation. And you be like, well, you never know because it could be you. Why would it be me if I don't hang around pedophiles, molesters, and pedophiles? It's not going to be me. I don't do stuff like that. Y'all quit projecting and putting that shit on me. That would never be me, and I can confidently say that because even once my podcast blows up and I make the millions of dollars, I will always keep God first, and I will never become greedy. Like I tell you guys, if I had 10,000 tongues, I could not thank God enough. I had to let y'all know. I'm really feeling y'all. I'm really feeling y'all vibe. I really appreciate y'all for supporting me. As always, please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Shout out to all my FBAs. And Merry Christmas, you guys. If I don't talk to y'all again before Christmas, because I'm very busy. Like, shit, y'all see what I got going on. I'm really booked right now. Yeah, I got some shit. As a matter of fact, wrap this up. Next booking up next.